Crash course on gender studies, gender and identity. Learn about different theories of gender and identity, including social constructionism and intersectionality. Of course, I would be happy to help you learn about different theories of gender and identity, and provide some interesting examples and stories to help illustrate these concepts. Gender and identity are complex topics that have been studied by scholars in fields such as sociology, psychology, and anthropology for decades. In recent years, there has been increased interest in these topics as people have become more aware of the diversity of gender identities and expressions. Let's dive in and explore some of the theories of gender and identity. Top 12 theories of gender and identity. 1. Social constructionism. This theory argues that gender is not determined by biology, but rather is a social construct. It suggests that gender is created and reinforced by social norms, expectations, and institutions, and that these constructions can change over time. For example, in many cultures, women are expected to be nurturing and emotional, while men are expected to be stoic and strong. These gender expectations are learned through socialization and can have a powerful impact on individual behavior and identity. 2. Essentialism. Essentialism argues that gender is determined by biological factors, such as chromosomes and hormones, and that these factors create fundamental differences between men and women. This theory suggests that men and women have inherent qualities that are determined by biology and cannot be changed. For example, essentialists might argue that women are inherently better at nurturing and caregiving because of their biology. 3. Intersectionality. Intersectionality is the theory that identities, including gender, are complex and interrelated, and that social oppression is not based on just one identity, but on the intersections of multiple identities. For example, a person who is both a woman and a person of color may experience oppression in ways that are different from a white woman or a black man. Intersectionality recognizes that different identities interact and influence each other in complex ways. 4. Queer theory. Queer theory challenges traditional notions of gender and sexuality by arguing that these concepts are not fixed or stable, but are rather fluid and constantly changing. This theory suggests that individuals can have multiple gender identities or sexual orientations over time, and that these identities can change and evolve. Queer theory celebrates diversity and challenges the idea that there is a normal or correct way to express gender or sexuality. 5. Cognitive development theory. Cognitive development theory suggests that children develop an understanding of gender and gender roles through a series of stages, beginning with a basic awareness of gender as a category and progressing to a more complex understanding of gender as a social construct. For example, a young child might understand that girls wear dresses and boys wear pants, but not understand the social significance of these differences. As the child grows older and gains more experience, they may develop a more nuanced understanding of gender and gender roles. 6. Psychoanalytic theory. Psychoanalytic theory suggests that gender identity develops in early childhood as a result of unconscious desires and conflicts related to the child's relationship with their parents. For example, psychoanalytic theorists might argue that a boy who identifies as male may have done so because he unconsciously desires his mother and views his father as a rival. 7. Social learning theory. Social learning theory suggests that children learn about gender and gender roles through observation and imitation of others around them. For example, a child may learn about gender roles by observing their parents' behavior, or by watching television shows or movies that portray gender in a particular way. 8. Feminist theory. Feminist theory emphasizes the role of gender in social, economic, and political inequality, and seeks to promote gender equality and challenge traditional gender roles. For example, feminist theorists might argue that women are paid less than men for the same work because of pervasive gender discrimination in the workplace. 9. Social identity theory. Social identity theory suggests that people develop their sense of self based on their membership in social groups, including gender groups. This theory argues that people identify with social groups to gain a sense of belonging and to enhance their self-esteem. For example, a person may identify strongly with their gender group and feel a sense of pride and connection to others who share their gender identity. 10. Symbolic interactionism. Symbolic interactionism is a theoretical approach that emphasizes the importance of symbols and meanings in shaping human behavior and identity. For example, a person's gender identity may be shaped by the symbols and meanings associated with gender, such as clothing, language, and social norms. 11. Post-structuralism. Post-structuralism challenges the idea that identities, including gender, are fixed and stable, and instead suggests that they are constantly changing and shaped by power relations. For example, post-structuralist might argue that gender identities are shaped by power relations in society, such as patriarchy, and that individuals can challenge these power relations by resisting and subverting traditional gender norms. 12. Cultural theory. Cultural theory emphasizes the role of culture in shaping individual behavior and identity, including gender identity. For example, a person's gender identity may be shaped by the cultural beliefs and practices of their community, such as traditional gender roles or expectations around gender expression. Now that we have explored some of the theories of gender and identity, let's dive into some examples and stories that can help illustrate these concepts. One interesting example of social constructionism can be seen in the way that gender roles have evolved over time. In the past, it was considered socially unacceptable for women to wear pants, as they were seen as a symbol of masculinity. However, over time, this norm has shifted, and it is now acceptable for women to wear pants without it being seen as a challenge to their femininity. This demonstrates how social constructions of gender can change over time and are not fixed or inherent. Another example of the intersectionality of gender can be seen in the experiences of transgender people. Transgender individuals may face discrimination and marginalization not just because of their gender identity, but also because of their race, class, or other aspects of their identity. For example, a transgender person of color may experience more discrimination than a white transgender person, as they face intersectional oppression based on both their gender identity and their race. A story that highlights the importance of queer theory is the experience of Elliot Page, a transgender actor who came out publicly in 2020. Page's experience demonstrates the fluidity of gender identity, as he began his career presenting as a woman but later transitioned to living as a man. His story also highlights the importance of respecting people's gender identities and allowing individuals the freedom to express themselves in ways that feel authentic to them. Overall, these theories and examples demonstrate the complexity and diversity of gender and identity. By understanding these concepts and recognizing the importance of intersectionality and diversity, we can work towards creating a more inclusive and equitable society. As for a poem about gender and identity, here is one that explores the idea of breaking free from societal norms and embracing one's true identity. I am more than what you see. More than just my gender identity. Breaking free from societal norms. I am the captain of my own ship, setting new norms. I choose to express myself in ways that feel true and genuine. No more living in a box. Breaking free from gender constructs. Identity is not fixed or stable. Fluid like the ocean waves. We must embrace diversity and challenge oppressive norms with positivity. Let us celebrate individuality and recognize the power of intersectionality. Together we can create a world where everyone can live their truth, uncurled. *****. Start planning your next global adventure with ease and convenience with our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html?8 = 7989335 as a great choice to plan your next trip. You can find and book flights, hotels, cars, and local attractions all in one place, and their price match guarantee ensures you're getting the best deal. Thank you for kind support our AnHub Metaverse channel, and please watch more interesting videos here.